This is just a sample of the audiobook. To get the complete audiobook, access the link posted in the first comment.
Brilliance Audio presents West with Giraffes by Linda Rutledge, performed by Danny Campbell. Woodrow Wilson Nickel died in the year 2025 on a usual day in the usual way, at the rather unusual age of 105, a century and a nickel. The young VA hospital long-term care liaison assigned to dispatch his worldly possessions to survivors, which, in Woodrow Wilson Nickel's case, was an ancient military footlocker and no survivors at all, stood in his vacant room. Determined to keep on schedule, she checked the time. Her job made her feel like some gatekeeper of things left behind, especially with centenarians gone long before their hearts stopped beating. They were the only ones with footlockers anymore, and old footlockers with nowhere to go were the worst, their contents full of mortal meaning departed with the departed, as if she could actually see the past vanish into thin air. So she took a deep breath and opened the old trunk, expecting to find the usual musty uniforms and faded photographs. Instead, she found a giraffe. The footlocker was full of ruled writing pads, dozens of them, stacked in bundles bound with twine. Perched on top with a yellowed newspaper article was the giraffe, a tiny antique porcelain souvenir from the San Diego Zoo. Despite herself, she smiled wistfully and picked it up. As a child, she'd seen a whole group of the tall, gentle giants at the zoo before they'd become so horribly rare. Gently setting down the giraffe, she picked up the first batch of pads to move them aside, when the top pad's large old man scrawl caught her eye. She eased onto the edge of the bed and read it closer. "Few true friends have I known, and two were giraffes. One that didn't kick me dead, and one that saved my worthless orphan life, and your worthy precious one. They're both long gone, and soon I'll be gone, which will be no great loss, to be sure. But the man on the TV just said that soon there'll be no more giraffes in the world at all, gone with the tigers and the elephants and the old man's sky-blanketing pigeons. Even as I punched the screen to shut him up, I knew it could be true. Somehow, though, I know there is still you, and there is still this story that's yours as good as mine. If it goes instinct, too, with my old bag of bones, that'd be a crying shame, my shame. Because if ever I could claim to have seen the face of God, it was in the colossal faces of those giraffes. And if ever I should be leaving something behind, it's this story for them and for you. So here and now, before it's too late, I'm writing it all down on the chance a good soul reads these words and helps them find their way to you.